Hi, um, a Kindle book I've finished, so I want to talk to you about this one. Let's get it started. Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno-Garcia. It's one that a lot of people have featured on their YouTube channels, and so I was intrigued. So I thought, yeah, this is maybe one I want to read. I'm not a fan of horror fiction. It's not something that I normally write. No, not write, read, sorry. What? Freudian slip there. No, it's not something that I normally read. My genre to go for usually is crime. But yeah, I thought I'll give a horror film a bit. It's set in the 1950s in Mexico, and it's a story of Naomi, who sent by her father to visit her cousin Catalina, because her father received a very strange letter from Catalina saying that her husband was trying to poison her, and sort of very weird, rambling letter. So Naomi goes off to visit Catalina, and she arrives at Catalina's house, which is a sort of like a dilapidated Victorian mansion. So you've got the Gothic horror element in there, sort of going back to sort of English Victorian houses. It's dark, it's gloomy, and the family that Catalina's married into, the Doyles, they are, just I need to refer to my notes because I don't know about you, I have to write notes when I'm reading just so that it helps to crystallise thoughts. They're very cold and emotional. You can say they're sort of typical British stiff upper lip, don't give a lot away, but very different to the Mexican character. I'm not going to give spoilers away. I don't believe in doing that. I like people to experience books for themselves. I hate to have a spoiler and know how it's going to end. The house, as I said, it's dark, it's gloomy, there's candlelight, there's oil lamps, and there's a sense of foreboding, there's a sense of something's not quite right. The Catalina herself is not the girl that Naomi remembered growing up with. The servants are silent, they don't speak. It's a very strange, oppressive house, with a patriarch, Howard, who is overseeing everything. The elements of the story, you need to think Darwin, natural selection. You need to think about folklore, this superstition. You've got this horror, this sense of foreboding. Part of it, when I started reading it, some of Naomi's experiences, I immediately thought of the Yellow Wallpaper, which I'd read when I was doing my university degree. There's elements of that in there that I thought. The book itself is the one criticism, I don't know whether I don't even call it a criticism. It's a very, very slow build. So 2/3 of the book, it's descriptions of character and setting, and the descriptions, she is brilliant with her descriptions are spectacular, especially when it gets to the end and the bit that I'm not telling you about. The descriptions are beautiful. What, beautiful? Is that the right word? I'll let you judge for yourself. They're spectacular. It's a very slow build, and you think, well, isn't anything ever going to happen? But I think when you get to the climax, which is sort of the last third of the book, where it just goes, you needed those 2/3 to build the character, to build an understanding of what is going on. And I think if she'd have rushed those 2/3, you wouldn't have so much of an understanding of it. I'm not into horror, yeah, I'm not a horror person, not at all. I don't even like horror films. Don't. For me, it's not a book that makes you. I was going to say hide behind the cushions, but yeah, it's not a book where you're waiting with trepidation that something's going to jump out at you, but you dared and turn the page because you don't know what you might find. It wasn't that sort of horror for me. It was horrific, but not horror. Do you see what I'm? It's the distinction sort of thing. I didn't have to hide behind anything. I didn't have to fear turning the page, but it is still horror. I know what I mean. Hopefully, you know what I mean as well. But you know, this is the ramblings of a mad woman, say. So that was, yeah. I liked it. I wouldn't say that it's the best book I've ever read. I enjoyed it. I mean, a lot of the YouTubers absolutely loved it. They went woo. I didn't go woo. It was okay. I enjoyed it, but it's not. Horror's not my cup of tea. I'd sort of give it a 4 out of 5. The ending is, well, it's a bit weird actually. But you know, it's a bit of understanding of where everything fits together and sort of how it all works. But yeah, read it yourself. But be prepared for the slow build. But you need that slow build to get into the characters. And yeah, that's it. That's Mexican Gothic. So if you like my video, if you like listening to me rambling on, and I hope you do sometimes, please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you later with another book.